Hey there, hope you're well. I want to talk today about why DevOps engineers they cannot ignore something that is popular in the business world. It's called product market fit. Now, what that means is, let me make an analogy. I saw this story recently about a YouTuber who is a big coffee aficionado. He loves all kinds of different and amazing coffees, and he made the classic small business mistake. He opened up a small business, a coffee shop, a cafe, and it was just a vanity project. So he made it as if it would be the ideal place for him. You could come in and taste some great coffees that are really rare, and that's about it. And the thing is, he created this business especially in an area, a local village, where frankly nobody really cared. Maybe one or two people cared to try out amazing coffees in his vision. They just wanted a nice place to just relax and chill out, and also ideally get some food as well. And all he did was serve coffee from amazing beans. So it was all his vision and nothing else. And this is a classic mistake in business, and it's something that today with modern startups you don't see so much, because something came out called lean, and part of that is product market fit. So what you do is you find out exactly what your market wants, you test the waters if necessary, do little experiments, and when you get a bite on the fishing line, then you explore that further, and you ask always your customers what they want, and you keep experimenting, and always with the customer in mind. You don't come in there with preconceived notions, and this is a problem in DevOps. So a lot of people, especially with tools, a lot of engineers are like, well, this team needs these tools. Just because of the life direction that you took in your career, you're coming in with a lot of confirmation bias, thinking, well, it was good enough for my last company and even the one before that, so therefore we should do that here. And what you're not doing is, you're not even in the first place trying to figure out what the requirements of your current company are. What do they really need? Ultimately, what do they need to enable the business? And then translating those into technical requirements, and keeping a very, very open mind, being super humble, and figuring out what the right solution is for them, in line with business strategy and even technology strategy. So it's super common for engineers to just unfortunately have huge egos and do things that they think are right. And they might even go through some minor exercises to convince themselves that they have humility, but unfortunately they don't. They still have these big egos. Ultimately, what you've got to do is achieve product market fit. Your market, by the way, is, well, you actually have two as a DevOps engineer. One is to serve the company, as I mentioned. Serve the company in the sense that they need a reliable platform, and they have goals to achieve, business goals to achieve. And to do that, they need you to make sure that, in general, an application can be robust and consistent and reliable and recoverable and meet SLAs and all that kind of stuff. But also, you have another customer, and that is your developers, and they're probably your most important customer, because at the end of the day, if the developers are doing really well and can better serve the company, then everybody wins. So if you better serve developers, and that's why you're there. In the beginning, they don't need DevOps engineers, but as the company scales and gets more developers, they start needing DevOps engineers who can focus on building out reliable infrastructure and also building out a platform for the developers. So you need to do what developers want. So if you're in an organization, and there's many like this, where developers are constantly complaining, what you don't want to get into the habit of doing is laughing about it in your own DevOps engineering team, laughing and joking about developers. Oh, they're always complaining about this and they're always complaining about that. And I know in some places they'll even accuse developers of acting like children and that kind of thing. You know, jokes aside, ultimately, if developers are unhappy, it's your job to fix it, and you need to empathize with them and ideally embed with them and really get to understand their pain points. And this is all about product market fit. So when you're developing a product for a market, you've got to find out what their pain points are. This is classic business. What are their pain points? And yeah, go in there and discover what are their number one, their number two, their number three pain points. If they could decide for themselves. Don't always go in there thinking, well, they don't know what's best for themselves. That is, to some degree, there is that sometimes a customer doesn't know what they want. For example, Steve Jobs did this when he invented the iPhone. He said, don't give the customer what they want. You give them instead, you take them down a path and experience, and don't give them multiple choices. You give them a single defined experience. But that is extremely rare to be able to do that and to pull that off. Not every business can or should do that. Most of the time, your customer will know what their pain points are and what they need to address those pain points. Well, maybe not what they need, but they definitely know what their pain points are. And if you address those pain points, you can definitely help them in a great way. So yeah, don't go down the Steve Jobs route thinking that you know best, that this is definitely what they need. I'm not saying you won't have success that way. It is possible, but Steve Jobs is exceptional, and that's a pretty extreme situation. It's definitely not accounting for 99% of the time how to achieve product market fit. So anyway, I hope with my analogies and my explanation that's helped you a bit. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you like this, leave a like please, and I will see you again soon. Take care.